In Georgia, we have 3 alphabets, and the first one and the oldest one is Asam Tavruli or Mrklovani, which comes from word Mrkvali, and it is translated as round. And later, when we'll see a picture of Asam Tavruli writing, you will see by yourself why it is called this way. The second one is Nuskhuri. It is also often referred as Nuskha Khutsuri. It comes from word Nuskha, and it is translated as quickly written. It has its roots in 11th century.
And why it is called that way? Maybe some historical events? Or...
Yes, exactly. In those period of time, in 9th century was the hardest time in Georgian history. In that century was the most wars, so people simply had to quickly rewrite books or some religious texts to simply remember them.
Yeah, because they were destroyed during these events. Okay.
And the last one, and which is used till today, nowadays, we use Mkhedruli, which came from 11th century. In Mkhedruli, we have 33 letters, and today, while texting, reading magazines, or other kind of text, we use exactly Mkhedruli.
And my question is, do you know how to write Asam Tavruli or Nuskuri, for example?
No, none of them. But I can recognize them and maybe sometimes read even a text.
Yeah,
but just a little bit.
Yeah, the language is the same, but the way you're writing is different.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
interesting. But I think there are no modern text written in Asam Tavruli.
No, none of them. Nor in Asam Tavruli nor Nuskhuri.
Where we can see it, like today, if I want.
In the ancient historical text or religious, or we can see it as a decoration, for example, in Tbilisi subway.
I saw something in some church in Georgia. Is it?
Yes, also on churches.
Okay.
It is usually Nuskhuri.
And let's see the pictures. It's in a chronological way. The first one is
Asam Tavruli, and now you can see why it is also referred as Mrklovani, and now we know that Mrklovani comes from word round. The next one is Nuskhuri, and the last one is used nowadays, Mkhedruli.
They are very different. I wouldn't be able to recognize even if that's a Georgian or not.
Yeah, we do not need them.
Okay, great. And now we are learning alphabet, but I'd like to say to you that it's very difficult, even if you are in Georgia, as I am, for example. The first month I spent to simply matching the idea that letters, because I couldn't just understand that, couldn't realize. I saw these letters, but for me that were some kind of maybe pictures. I couldn't drawings, yes, because it's so different. And after a month, maybe I started already to read, like during my walks on the street, something that I know already, like shops I go to. Maybe you can choose 1 or 2 letters and remember 1 letter a week or 2 letters a week, and that will be okay because they're very different. Let's now listen and repeat, and then we will analyze a little bit more.
A, B, G, D, E, V, Z, T, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, J, R, S, T, U, P, K, R, K, Sh, Ch, C, Z, C, Ch, H, J, H.
They're very, very difficult to pronounce, and some of them are very similar. It's very difficult to differentiate them.
We'll repeat them now.
And you can analyze also the writing. How do they look? Because it seems that they're very different, as I said too. But if we have a closer look, you can see, for example, B. It's very similar actually to maybe to English B. Yes, like we can just see some similarities. Or G also like J in English.
It's
Ch,
like H.
like H. Yeah, because something like J with a lot of details and little, or L, it's very difficult. But these ones, it's not very hard to write, I think, and to copy, at least. But have a look and analyze. Look for some similarities, everything that could help you to remember. Also, you can think about some associations, visual ones.
For example, letter B often reminds learners of a little cherry. And by the way, a cherry in Georgian also starts with B, bali. Z reminds us of a little bee. G is like an opened locker. L is like lay down cat that's relaxing. V is like a number 3. And S reminds us of a hook.
You just choose the way you remember the best and then do it for you. Like you can draw, you can pronounce after us, you can do whatever you want, but it takes time, don't be worried. Now we can just have a look on some letters which are very similar.
I'll repeat them. K, K, K.
The last one for me it's more of yeah, but the first two are one more time, please.
K,
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 K.
K.
That was better.
That was better. Okay, one more time, please.
K,
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 K.
K.
K and K are good.
Mm-hmm.
K. So you should work on
K,
that.
K.
That was K.
And that has to be something between H and K. K. Could you please say me a word with this sound?
Ava.
Krava.
That's coffee. Ava.
Krava.
That was better. Ava.
Krava.
Yeah, that was good.
I think they will think that I will maybe die without this coffee. Okay, and the first one is K.
K.
And the last one, the second, like in between,
K.
K. I think the second one is the easiest one. K.
K.
K. K.
K is more harder.
But we will work on that later. Then we have two types of P.
P. P.
The first one, as I understand, it's with lips, P, and the second with more air, P. And I noticed too that the second one you use with these international foreign words. For example, form, porma,
Yes, exactly.
and some other words. But it's easier actually. Yeah, do you have some Georgian words with this letter?
Papuki.
Papuki, what is that?
It's a fluffy.
Fluffy, it's an adjective.
Yes.
And the last one?
T. T.
One more time, please.
T. Also with some air and harder. T.
T. T.
Yes.
Okay, the first one, it's like in the word Tbilisi.
Yes.
And the second one you use also in international words. Not all the time, but I see it.
Yeah.
With this like telephonic.
Yes.
Okay,
Telephonic.
and you can go back and listen to Mariam one more time, 10 times, 7 times, 20 times, and repeat it. That will be great. And let's focus now on vowels.
A. E. I. O. U.
They're not very, very difficult to write. We have to remember that. And let's work on 5 words.
A. Anbani.
The alphabet.
Exactly. E. Erti.
1,
I. Sami.
3,
O. Ori.
2,
U. Huti.
5. We are learning at the same time numbers and how to write, how to pronounce vowels here. And also, I would like to add some fact about the word Anbani.
Anbani is a combination of 2 first full names for letters. An-ban.
Because each letter in Georgian has a name, but normally Georgian people don't use the names. We pronounce only sounds like E, A, B, etc. But they have a name. And An, it's A, and
Ban.
ban, it's
B.
and every other letter has a name. But Georgian people don't use it very often.
Never, I would say.
And when, for example, we would like to spell the name or last name,
No, we still don't use the full name of the letter.
let's focus on these 5 letters. A, E, I, O, U. It's like in English, I think the sounds. It's not very difficult. Let's do a small exercise. Here we have some photos of international companies, and you have to recognize these companies, how it will be in English.
And name them.
You can stop the video, think, and after that Mariam will read it, and you can just compare the English version and the Georgian one, because the style is the same, but it's very difficult to recognize it.
Should I name it already?
Yes.
The first one is Bossy, Hugo Boss, Coca-Cola,
It's easy.
Zara,
More difficult.
All,
Yeah, the French
Oh,
cafe, the
okay.
bakery.
Spari, a grocery store, MAC Cosmetics.
And for me, what is the most interesting is because we have boss, but you just made it more Georgian, like bossy.
We added E in the end.
And with spar, actually, this is the same thing. You have spari, but Paul and
Yeah,
Mac
Paul.
stayed. I think it depends on the company. They decided to leave Paul and
Yeah,
to
it's
leave
up-
Mac.
Yeah, it's up to them, I guess.
Yeah, because Paulie maybe it will be something different, and Maki it will be something different. In any case, that's it for today. We hope you liked this lesson, and if you have some other question, you can just ask about Georgian, about the alphabet.
Now, Hondis.
Tagat.